Joel Torres para Contralona, y en este momento me place presentar a nada más y a nada menos que a Matt Cardona. How are you, sir? Good to meet you.
I am good. I'm ready to come to Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
A couple days away. You know, I'm going to walk into Puerto Rico as the indie god, and I'm going to walk out as the Puerto Rican god.
Actually, you may walk, maybe, who knows, as the Caribbean champion.
I mean, I am the belt collector.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll walk in with the internet title and walk out with that one.
Exactly. How do you feel about coming to Puerto Rico?
I'm very excited. You know, I've been following Puerto Rican wrestling for so long. I've wrestled there while in WWE, but that was a long time ago. So when Primo, he contacted me to come in, I had to do it. Primo and I, we go way back. We were a tag team for a little bit. You know, I might have actually wrestled Primo in Puerto Rico, but, you know, I've wrestled Carlito before. I wrestled Carlito earlier this year. So I'm very excited to go back to Puerto Rico. There's a lot of familiar faces on the card, guys like Chris Masters, guys like Nick Nemeth, but also people I've never been in the ring with, like Xavant, you know? So I'm always ready, and I'm ready to prove myself.
Wow. I think everybody in Puerto Rico is going to cheer for you because, how do I say this? It's not that the fans hate Xavant, but, you know, they don't like him that much. So,
really? Okay.
Yeah,
that's good to know.
Yeah, that's great to know. So, Matt, a lot of fans in Puerto Rico know about you because, as you said, you were part of WWE. You were Zack Ryder back there. I really want to ask you this question, and I had to write it because I wanted to make sure that I say this correctly.
Sure.
What's that thing that Matt Cardona has that Zack Ryder didn't have, and vice versa?
Wow, that's a loaded question. I like it. See what Matt Cardona has that Zack Ryder didn't have is that Matt Cardona has no handcuffs on.
Yeah,
Matt Cardona can do whatever he wants, can say whatever he wants, wrestle whoever he wants, go wherever he wants, and that freedom. So there's your answer: freedom. He has the freedom to try anything, to throw things against the wall, to you know, wrestle Nick Gage in a death match, you know, or, you know, go to the UK and wrestle Will Ospreay, or go to Japan and wrestle you know, whoever I wrestled. There's so many people, you know. I mean, I could do whatever I want, and I'm learning. I think I've learned more in the past 4 years away from WWE than I did in the 10 plus years there. But listen, WWE, I'm so grateful for that time.
Yeah.
It set me up for this run. If I wasn't Zack Ryder, I wouldn't have the opportunities I have now as Matt Cardona. So instead of just doing the same old Zack Ryder BS on the indies when I'm coming to Puerto Rico, I give you something new, something fresh. And, you know, without me evolving, I wouldn't be coming to Puerto Rico. You know, Primo wouldn't be calling me up because I'd have no name value. You know, Zack Ryder, awesome. I'm grateful for that time, but it's over. I'm looking to the future. I'm not this guy who's just gonna, you know, wear the sunglasses, headband, and woo till I'm 50 years old. No, I want to reinvent myself. I want to win championships. I want to make a lot of money. I want to have a lot of fun. And in Puerto Rico, I think I'm going to do all three of those things: have fun, make money, and win a championship.
Man, this question comes from Luis Agosto, who is part of our team members in Contralona in our platform. You have been doing a lot of pop culture stuff as part of Matt Cardona's career right now in these 4 years. For example, you entered with a Ghostbusters automobile recently in GCW. I mean, what's that thing, that pop culture thing that you've been trying to do, and for some reason you haven't been able to do?
Yeah, it's a great question. So some of these things are planned in advance. Like, for instance, when Steph DeLander and I were wrestling Maki Ito and Nick Gage, it was going to be a death match. There was going to be violence. There was going to be weapons. There was going to be light tubes. So we wanted to actually protect our body. Because you don't want to be falling on all this glass and these thumbtacks. So it just popped in my brain. Well, what if we wore like Ghostbuster outfits because like a full jumpsuit. I'm like, but we'll call ourselves the Deathmatch Busters. I'm like, well, wouldn't it be cool if we actually came out in the Ecto one, that Ghostbusters car? So I rented one from the day. I spent more money on my entrance and my gear than I made that night, but we're still talking about it 6 months later. And the indie god stuff, you know, it was just one night I just came out kind of dressed as Indiana Jones and called myself the indie god. It was supposed to be a joke, like a one-time thing.
Yeah.
But it caught on, and I realized the fans were talking about it and the wrestlers were talking about it because I wasn't coming out laughing. It wasn't a joke. I came out, whether you think it looks ridiculous or not, I came out and I meant business. So that indie god was kind of the whole theme of my whole 2023. So to answer the question, what is next? I don't know. I will definitely come up with something for sure, but there's nothing that I haven't done that I want to do because I can't do it, because I can do whatever I want. If I want to do something, I will somehow make it happen. I don't care. Like I said, I spent more money on my entrance and my gear than I made for that GCW match, but we're still talking about it because I invested myself. And the next time I think of something big, you guys will be the first to see it.
Awesome. So what's that biggest challenge that you have faced as Matt Cardona in this recent 4 years?
I guess the biggest challenge is what is next, right?
Okay.
Because how do I continue to top year after year after year? You know, 2022, top 2021, 2023, top 2022. So how do I make 2024 top 2023, right? Because how do I stay so fresh and so relevant without a mainstream television show every week? I'm not on Raw, I'm not on SmackDown, I'm not on AEW. So I have to, I feel, work extra hard to make people know what I'm doing. And that's fine. I love a good challenge. And this year, you know what? It's going to be even harder because you got guys like Nick Nemeth, Ali, you know, Elijah coming to the scene. So I know they're hungry, but I'm at the top, right? So you could argue, oh, maybe I'm not as hungry because I'm at the top, but when I want the food, it's there. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yes. Great. So, okay, I know you're having fun with your career right now. It has been great 4 years for you as being yourself, Matt Cardona. But if the opportunity comes again to be part of a biggest company with a large contract, will you be able to do it again?
Well, here's the thing. It's like this whole time, it was never, oh, what can I do to get back to WWE or what can I do to get to AEW? No, I don't care about proving people wrong. I care about proving myself right. And I've been having so much fun in the process, and I've been making so much money. And I would argue I've been the most successful. If you want to count titles and accolades, I'm the most successful I've ever been in my career. If you want to count money, I made the most money I've ever made in my career. If you want to count happiness and fun, I'm having the most fun. I'm the happiest. But if someone, whether it be WWE or AEW or even TNA or this new company started, if they want to offer me this fat contract, well, A, there has to be a lot of money. And B, it depends where do they see me? Where do they value me? Of course, there's no guarantees in wrestling, of course, but I need some, what's the word I'm looking for? I need like some intent. Like, you know, we see this, here are our tentative plans. I don't want to just be another guy on the roster. Been there, done that. And listen, for all those guys who are just guys on the roster or girls who are just girls on the roster, that's fine. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with collecting a paycheck, having security, providing for your family. There's nothing wrong with that. I did it for a long time. But at this point in my life, in this point in my career, that's not what I'm looking for.
Great. And actually you have your wife, Chelsea Green, who is having her time also now in WWE. Yes. So everyone's having fun. So that's the important thing. You call yourself the belt collector. You were an NWA world champion. I mean, to me, and this is my personal opinion, is the most prestigious title in the pro wrestling business.
Yeah. I mean, listen, you see the replica over my shoulder right now.
Yeah.
When I won that title, even if you watch the footage or see pictures, like there's a legitimate look of shock on my face. Not that I didn't know I could do it, but like, holy cow, I just did it. I am in this ring right now holding the NWA World's Heavyweight Championship. And when you take a step back, like you said, so many greats held that title. You know, the Ric Flair, the Harley Races, the Ricky Steamboats, the Stings, and now Matt Cardona will be, in that same sentence. And I took great pride in being that champion. And I also take great pride in the fact that I never technically lost. I had to vacate that title due to an injury. So, in my opinion, I'm still the real world's champion.
How about the injury? How are you feeling?
From the injury?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was just a freak thing that happened in GCW in the summer of 2022. I was wrestling Blake Christian. I was on the outside. He did a little flip dive on me, and when he landed on me, I just felt something pop in my arm, tore my bicep. My bicep rolled all the way up to my shoulder, and unfortunately, I needed to get surgery, and it was what it was. And for somebody else that would have really slowed down, especially in the indies, right? If you lose momentum, not just in the indies, but in wrestling, it's hard to gain momentum. But when you lose momentum, it's really hard to get it back. So I was fortunate enough that with my character, all these promoters still wanted to bring me in to just trash talk or manage Chelsea Green. So in fact, I was busier than ever because I was still doing my podcast. I was still doing all these bookings all over the world. And then I had a rehab on my off days to get better. So usually when someone gets hurt, that's the only time in wrestling you have a break or a vacation, but not me. I was hurt and I was busier than ever.
And you're doing great right now with your injury?
Yeah.
Right?
Listen, I'm fine. In the ring, I'm fine. I'm not trying to break any records in the gym. I'm not trying to be the strongest guy in the gym. Do I look the best? That's all I care about.
Awesome. So let's talk about Puerto Rico. You're coming here next Saturday, the 20th. January the 20th, Euphoria, WWC Euphoria. In Bayamón, you're facing El Alma Perdida Xavant, the leader of what he calls El Nuevo Orden. He's the Caribbean champion. And the interesting thing here now is that we were talking about the NWA, WWC and NWA. They had a great history in Puerto Rico, in the States, and you're being part of WWC for the first time this Saturday. How have you been preparing for this match?
Yeah, so listen, I've never been in the ring with Xavant. I mean, I can't lie and pretend that I haven't, and it's his home turf. He has the home field advantage. I'm coming in as, someone who doesn't wrestle necessarily his style, but he doesn't wrestle my style. And that's the thing. In this situation, he has everything to lose. He has the title to lose. He's wrestling in front of his friends and family, right? I have nothing to lose. I have nothing to lose, and that's what makes me more dangerous than him. And I fully intend to walk out of Puerto Rico as the champion, bring that title all over the world. If WWC knew what was good for them, they'd be hoping that I would win, right? Because then I would come back and I'd bring that title all over the place. But I'm sure it's going to be a hell of a fight. And, win, lose, or draw, the fans are going to get their money's worth.
And if winning the title, you will be representing WWC in the States also.
So. Oh, absolutely. And not just the States. I go everywhere. UK, Australia, Canada, Japan. I bring that title everywhere. We'll see what happens, though. I can't make any promises.
Awesome. I got to give you a warning or maybe an advice because Xavant has these 3 guys that always are behind him. That's why Puerto Rico doesn't like Xavant that much. So just saying, I know you're ready. You're always ready. You're coming to Puerto Rico to win the championship. But just so you know, there are 2 bodyguards and 1 big guy that is like 7 feet tall.
Oh, great.
Yeah, just so you know. Anyways, Matt, this has been great. I want to thank you. Thank you for this interview. A quick message to the fans in Puerto Rico that are watching you right now, in Latin America, and everybody that's going to be in Euphoria next Saturday.
So to all my fans in Puerto Rico, I'm very excited to come back. And, I'm going to bring everything I've got. I'm the Deathmatch King. I am the Indie God. I'm the Belt Collector. And hopefully I add 1 more title to that collection.
Wow. Is there going to be a new Caribbean champion? We have to be there in WWC Euphoria next Saturday, January 20th, in La Pepín Cestero de Bayamón. Matt, thank you for this opportunity. We'll see you next Saturday in Puerto Rico.
Awesome. I'll see you there, man.
Thank you. Matt Cardona, lo vieron aquí. ¿Dónde vas? En Contralona, conectando a la lucha libre. Contigo.